It's Gurley power. I'm Jonathan Coachman. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Todd Gurley, fresh off a standout performance a week ago, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Los Angeles Rams. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. A few short moments ago, running back Todd Gurley trying to fire up the Ram faithful here in Southern California as his guys get set to do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They come in playing some decent football, 5-3 in their last 8 games. Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Chiefs, they come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So here are the Chiefs now coming out for their opening drive. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Mahomes now on first down. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. It's Kelce on the ground. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down. So the same tandem connecting on back-to-back throws to start the game.
And maybe throwing the scouting report off just a little bit. That's not exactly what they think is going to be their #1 receiver, but he's producing already early in this game.
The Conley's got it over the middle. And a pretty little juke move there, but not a ton to show for it afterwards as he's brought down. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now it's Mahomes again. Caught here by Conley. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Nifty move. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. The defense here for the Rams.
And Ndamukong Suh was an all-pro when he was with the Detroit Lions in 2013, 2014. Many people think that maybe he might either be slowing down or not playing at the same level. My eyes tell me he's still playing at an elite level, still destroying the interior of an offense, can get to the quarterback, crush a run game, you name it. Ndamukong Suh can do it. And how about how durable he is? Hasn't missed a game since 2011.
And it's complete to Kelsey. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Mahomes now to throw. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Chris Conley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
Hey, they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. Whatever they said appears to have worked. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Goff. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Dumps it off to Gurley. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So we've played 1 quarter here on a Monday night. 7-0 is our score. We're back to Southern California right after this. Back live now to begin the 2nd quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Goff. Wide open receiver complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. And that one's complete to Gurley. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
A good display of footwork. It gets him just inside the 5 to the 4. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Todd Gurley standing by his lonesome in the backfield here. 2nd and goal. Throwing again is Goff. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Gerald Everett, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. Zuerlein good with a PAT, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
That is incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
And now out on the midfield. Here comes Los Angeles. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus. I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. The 15 yards there on the catch and run. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Goff on first down. They'll throw underneath for Gurley. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
12 yards there as they move the chains.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Gerald Everett with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Rams are in for 6. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And oh, it's blocked. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get them back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout. And now we're set to get going. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The Chiefs will try and get to the line quickly.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Here's Mahomes to throw. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. Mahomes now on first down. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. Amaro's got it, left side. And he'll go down at the 28. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, where it was the Ravens who get the win at home. Lamar Jackson, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. From there, we head all the way out west to see what's happening with the LA Chargers. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Denver Broncos. Phillip Rivers, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. Lastly, let's get you way up to Seattle. See what's happening with the Seahawks. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. 21-7, the final score. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. And what can they do to better account for him? Because they haven't accounted for him well so far as we see here on your screen.
They may have to drop coverages they haven't run so far. They have to create something on the fly because he's beaten everything. And when you watch this game unfold, you keep thinking to yourself, is it 2 men, 3 men, maybe even a 4th guy may have to go and account for him. But right now, he's shredding the defense.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards. He's going to rifle one deep left. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And that one results in 35 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
To throw is gone. And incomplete. And the great veteran Eric Berry back to knock that one away.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
2nd and 10. Goff again. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
Goff sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Woods, the intended receiver. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a 1st down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Goff. Working the middle here, that's complete to Everett, the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A play fake to Gurley. Now Goff. Out to his left. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Gerald Everett, 26 yards. And the Rams add on to their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Now it's gone. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now Mahomes throwing on second down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Mahomes now to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he finds Jason Morrow. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Mahomes now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And he's got it. The tight end, Morrow. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Mahomes to throw once more. Looking for Kelsey on the... And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelsey, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Well, that was the fly route for a touchdown, and since he caught that one and scored it, I got to tell the story. Before the game, we were standing there. He was running deep routes, dropped one. It bounced up and just hit me right in the gut, and I said, come on, man, but there was no drop.
Yeah, you okay now?
I'm good.
All right, good. We got the ice pack up here. You're just fine. What I loved about it was the subtlety of the route because everyone knows he's fast. They're going to play him for that route first and foremost, but sometimes it's a head fake. It's varying your speed off the line of scrimmage. It's giving the defensive back different angles to think about. Is he going inside? Is he going outside? And then, as you noted, he just took off past him. Oops, there he goes again.
On first down, gone. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Shane Ray leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Oh, he stays up. Now he'll go deep down the middle. And got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Goff. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Reggie Ragland. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll bring up a second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Caught out left side by Robinson. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
And, Brandon, you know that expression, he just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Eluding the pressure right. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. Forced out to his left. Mahomes can sling it, but the feet are nimble too as he scrambles for a first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And over the middle here, Amaro. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. he's taken down.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, it still definitely hurts.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. They'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
His pass caught at the 4. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. This is fielded at the goal line. Powers through. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Getting set to go again here on offense, Jared Goff trots back onto the field. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now, so you're not protecting the lead, so you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again, so maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Clock continuing to roll as the Rams try to get going again. Now Goff. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Reggie Ragland. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And his throw here's incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
To throw is Mahomes. Buying time to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Akeem Talib. 30, the 20, 10, and he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. In a tie game, 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
Zerline now for the PAT. Zerline connects on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. And this is a spot where you can learn a lot about a young quarterback.
And that's why they brought him into the organization, because you don't just bring them in strictly for their talents. You think that they have that something special in them that will allow them to function in these types of situations. Now it's time for them to be clinical and not emotional. You know your play sequence. You know what has to get done.
It's caught inside the 25. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over, and we'll see what they come up with here on this next play. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. He's back to throw. Now in desperation. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it, go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Want to win it right now, have the momentum, go ahead and get it done.
So now this will be, in all likelihood, to force overtime. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This is fielded at the goal line. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like a Rams player was able to get his hands on it, yes. So they will hold on to the football indeed.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
Fielded at the 20.
Missed.
This will not go down. A great return there of 22 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ndamukong Suh in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. What can Mahomes do now with his overtime drive? That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. And welcome back. The offensive unit, they took the timeout. And now they get set to line up as we resume action. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Mahomes to throw. They still can't get her. Shedding the tackle. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And the Rams getting set to go now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. Goff on first down. Able to get away. And now he'll tuck it and run. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. On 2nd down, here's Goff. Dumps it off to Gurley. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. On first down, it's Goff. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, Goff. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Rams have won the game. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game. And
it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for Los Angeles, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they will finally get an extra week to heal up a bit as they will get the late bye in Week 12. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.